Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 148.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released November 19th, 2014, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Bravest Warriors, Paralyzed Horse Giant number 1. This oversized 48 pages one-shot features new original stories from Paralyzed Horse's log that spans all of eternity and forever, guest starring the entire wacky cast of Bravest Warriors. Next, we have Clive Barker's Hellraiser Bestiary number 4 of 6. The descent into darkness continues with more tall tales of the Cenobites. First, in Study, Layla, Gwen, and Danielle Sarah follow an anthropologist who goes from observer to subject, while in the continuing story The Hunted, Pinhead begins his counterattack against those trying to usurp his power. We've also got Jim Henson's The Storyteller Witches number 3 of 4. Matthew Dow Smith tells the epic Irish folktale of the Phantom Isle. When a young man shipwrecks on a mysterious island ruled by a council of witches, he has the choice of freedom or staying on the isle where he does not age. The lure of immortality is hard to resist, but it comes with a price he may not be willing to pay. Next, we have Last Broadcast number 7 of 7. Reunited with Backbone, Ivan must unlock the mysteries of Black Hall's legacy to find the final glow bug and take down SPI once and for all. But will the combined forces of Backbone and the Nonchalants be enough to stop Sir Arthur? Find out in the stunning conclusion to The Last Broadcast. We've also got Lumberjanes number 8. This crazy war between Apollo and Artemis finally reaches its peak, and it's up to the Lumberjanes to save their camp from this crazy sibling rivalry. All questions are finally answered, and the scouts learn the true importance of trust and friendship. Next, we have Peanuts number 23. Good grief. Brand new adventures with classic Charles M. Schultz goodness for the youngest of fans all the way up to the biggest of enthusiasts. This collection of stories is truly for all ages and can be enjoyed from the top of the doghouse to the dugout of the baseball field. We've also got Regular Show number 17. Mordecai and Rigby are so tired of Benson yelling at them, they just want a break from their ill boss, but those two park workers are about to get an education on what truly makes Benson tick. Next, we have Sleepy Hollow number 2 of 4, based on the hit Fox TV show. When Ichabod begins to toy with the puzzle box Jenny acquired at Corbin's request, the box begins to toy with Ichabod. He grows cruder, crueler, and wilder the longer the box is within his keep. Can Abby and Katrina solve the mystery of the puzzle box before all that is good in Ichabod is lost forever? Featuring a backup story written and illustrated by Noelle Stevenson. And we've got Sons of Anarchy number 15. After leaving Opie to take the fall for arson, Kyle Hobart paid the ultimate price, excommunicated out of the club, and all tattooed marking him as a former son burned off of his body. The only thing Kyle Hobart was left with were scars and the threat, if he ever returned to Charming, the Sons will make sure he never has a chance to make the same mistake again. Kyle Hobart is about to make that mistake. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Axe Cop Bad Guy Earth number 1, 1 for $1 edition. When the so-called real police find out about Axe Cop's bad guy chopping antics, they team up with the army to take Axe Cop down. But when a pair of nasty villains from outer space turn the army into bad guys, it's up to Axe Cop to set things right. Next, we have B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth number 125. Things seem to be going well for the B.P.R.D. With their alliance with the military, they now have all the munitions they need, and after New York, an easy mission to clear a small town. But the town has strange connections to Howard's past as a prehistoric warrior, and more than its share of monsters. We've also got Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 10 number 9. The Sunnydale homecoming becomes less than fun as Buffy, Spike, and Willow realize that Andrew is in over his head with the Vampire Rules book and the terrible plan. And the demon they're up against has a grudge against Slayers and a penchant for eating souls. Next, we have Criminal Macabre, the third child number 3 of 4. The world is rioting and everyone is turned to their darker sides. In all this mayhem, Cal seeks help from those long gone. But can he and the few outcasts still on his side save a world that has always shunned them? We've also got Dark Horse Presents number 4. After a demon steals a child's soul, occult professor Alice Creed must track down the evil culprit in Alex DeCampi and Jerry Ordway's Semi-Automagic. A new tale of conspiratorial superheroics from the world of Peter Tomasi and Keith Champagne's The Mighty, written by Keith Champagne with art by Leonard Kirk. Plus, Evan Dorkin delivers 8 hilarious pages of House of Fun, new chapters of Jimmy Palmiotti, Justin Gray, and Andy Kuhn's Wrestling with Demons, and Tyler Jenkins' The Chaining fill out the rest of this awesome issue. Next, we have Predator Fire and Stone number 2 of 4. After the mayhem and terror of Weyland-Yutani's disastrous mission to the side of the Prometheus, Galgo's troubles continue when his ship is shanghaied by the predatory stowaway. Its obsession with a mysterious deadly quarry sends them to the last place in the universe Galgo would like to revisit, the Xeno-infested LV-223. We've also got The Strain, the Night Eternal number 4. Known as the Born, he works with the Rebellion, but he's a vampire. Who or what is Mr. Quinlan? And what exactly is his connection to the Master? This issue sheds light on the past and the mysterious and badass bloodsucker Slayer who is bent on destroying the Master's strain and ending his reign. The final chapter of the Strain trilogy, by Guillermo del Toro and novelist Chuck Hogan, begins here. And we've got Terminator Salvation, the final battle number 11 of 12. Locked in a war neither can win, John Connor and Skynet contemplate the unthinkable, an alliance against the murderous intelligence ravaging them both. But with Connor's foretold death nearing, is it too late? From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Army of Darkness, Ash Gets Hitched, number 4 of 4. Is there anything more romantic than the sound of wedding bells and a revving chainsaw? The happy union of time-lost badass Ashley J. Williams and lovely maiden Sheila is threatened by an army no longer limited to darkness and their unstoppable leader, the Faceless Man. Will our hero overcome the Deadite hordes and get some sugar? Or will the undead armies force the bride and groom to hail the Faceless One as the king, baby? The ultimate experience in matrimonial horror ends here. Next, we've got Bob's Burgers number 4. 5 never-before-seen stories from the Belcher family. Tina goes and accidentally unleashes a dangerous Frankenbutt. Luis discovers what it's like to disappear. Bob turns some of his favorite films into burgers. Linda delivers a demo tape and some album art. And Gina unveils Chupacabra Cadabra, the musical. We've also got Dawn Vampirella number 2 of 6. In The Silver Tongue and the Golden Rose, Vampirella and Dawn, captured by the nefarious demon Mesotic, must spin one beguiling tale after another in order to stay alive. Dawn blurs the lines of myth and fantasy by telling the tale of a ruined city plagued by a silver-tongued Gorgon who guards the Golden Rose. After their father is viciously killed by the Gorgon, 2 sisters set out to slay it and discover its enchanted secret. Next, we have Evil Ernie number 2. Evil Ernie has accepted his new position as servant of Lucifer and savior of the world. Now it's up to the undead teenage psychopath from hell to protect the innocent from Mistress Hell's new lover, Carrion Jane. And in an epic, gory battle between 2 arcane-powered super slashers, will Ernie's new ally, Mary Prince, survive long enough to protect the world from the winner? We've also got Magnus Robot Fighter number 8. Magnus discovers an Arctic research station that predates the age of the singularity. What horrendous secrets will he discover? What will it mean for human and robot kind? And how do these discoveries continue to unlock the Gold Key universe? Next, we have Solar Man of the Atom number 7. In Spaceship of Death, Solar, powerless and light years from Earth, has no choice but to stow away on a random cargo ship heading in the general direction of the Milky Way, but she's quick to discover that she's not the only dangerous cosmic-powered being on board. We've also got Terminal Hero number 4. Rory Fletcher thinks he's escaped the horrors of his life and death, but Manesh and Mia, the 2 others on whom Razzo tried out Quigley's strange treatment cue, are running amok, and now British intelligence wonders if rather than being a problem, Rory might just be a solution. Dark secrets, disgusting nightmares, and a ghostly visit from the man who changed Rory's life. And we've got Vampirella Fairy Tales number 2 of 5. Vampirella is still trapped in a mysterious dimension filled with twisted versions of classic children's stories. According to an unseen entity called the Storyteller, Vampirella's only hope of returning to her own world is if she lives out each chapter of the book of fairy tales until she reaches the end. Vampirella finds herself cast as Snow White in a macabre reimagining of the classic Betty Boop cartoon. Written by Eisner and Jack Kirby award-winning Stephen R. Bissett and Dennis St. John. Then Gail Simone provides a fresh take on an old fishwife's tale when she sends Vampirella to a thirsty town in the Old West to find out whether or not Sailor Jim and his mermaid bride Nala really are living happily ever after. From IDW Publishing, we've got Cartoon Network Super Secret Crisis War number 6 of 6. Mojo Jojo and Ed Nettie captured. Samurai Jack, Ben 10, the Powerpuff Girls, and Derek overwhelmed by Aku, Vilgax, and the Doppelganger Army. The Death Stare poised to destroy a world. The heroes are in trouble, so why would Aku and Vilgax attack each other? And more important, who will win? Next, we have Doberman number 4. Doberman's been put on a leash, but now that he's picked up the scent, the dog will hunt. With the lead on Kane's drug-running operations, Doberman must send his rookie partner Newton undercover. Inexperienced, incompetent, and incapable of being in the same room as a crustacean, Newton may have mad computer skills and a fake ear, but will that be enough to bring Kane down? We've also got Dungeons & Dragons Legends of Baldur's Gate number 2. Minsk is back and he's got a new quest. A young sorceress named Delina is on the hunt for her missing brother, but to find him, the unlikely duo of heroes needs to avoid the Watch, bargain with thieves, and navigate the twisted politics of Baldur's Gate. What could go wrong? Next, we have Godzilla Cataclysm number 4 of 5. An epic battle between Godzilla and Mothra could determine the fate of humanity. Hiroshi must confront the fears he's kept secret for so long. Will a desperate act be enough to save Hiroshi's family? We've also got Last Fall number 3 of 5. IDW's original sci-fi military drama continues. Wounded and abandoned, Marcus Fall desperately struggles to survive in the cave of a beautiful enemy surgeon, but terrible secrets are revealed that rock Fall's world, proving all is not as it seems in love and war. Next, we have Max Maximized number 13. Sarah reflects on her grandma and Gon's odd connection while an old man in a nursing home escapes into the parking lot chasing an imaginary spaceship. The nursing home staff are convinced the old man has dementia, but there seems to be a connection between his imagination and the outback. Meanwhile, Julie reinvents herself, discovering, among other things, casual sex and junk food without guilt. We've also got My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 25. A new plot of land has been bequeathed to the Apple family, and they, along with the rest of our favorite ponies, go to investigate the land's worth. Unfortunately, the land has been taken over by cattle rustlers who think there's treasure hidden somewhere on it. It's an epic western, pony style. Next, we have Rotten Ruin number 3. Benny, Nix, Lila, and Chong are taken in by Farmer John and his community. They're offered shelter, protection, and food if they stay. The only hitch is what they have to do in order to earn their keep. In a world of rotten ruin, nothing is ever what it seems, and horror comes in all shapes and sizes. We've also got Star Slammers Remastered number 8. Buckle up for the explosive conclusion of the recolored Star Slammers series by Walter Simonson. Next, we have Transformers Primacy number 4 of 4. End of the road. The final secrets of war for Cybertron are revealed. Everything has been leading to this. War has engulfed Optimus Prime's world, and Megatron stands on the verge of triumph. But can any survive the Battle of the Titans? And we have Winter World number 4. Scully and Wynn learn that the promise of paradise is a lie. Chuck Dixon and Butch Goose bring the first arc of this new ongoing to an explosive finale. What they thought was a sanctuary proves to be a death trap. The two friends are separated by their captors, and Wynn faces a primordial horror of her own. The world is cold, but the grave is colder as events race toward a deadly conclusion. From Image Comics, we've got American Legends number 3 of 5. American Legends 1 through 5 weekly throughout November, depicting the extraordinary exploits of the legendary pioneers Davy Crockett, Mike Fink, and Sally Ann Thunder on a quest to save the Lewis and Clark expedition and thwart a conspiracy hatched by Napoleon to destroy the promising future of a young American nation. Featuring a unique look at the Hatfields and McCoys, Johnny Appleseed, Paul Bunyan, Sacagawea, and many, many more. These are the stories of the great frontiersmen who explored the magical and savage frontier before becoming mythical heroes in American folklore. These are the tall tales of our youth, known and loved by all. These are the American legends. Next, we have Dead at 17, Blasphemy Throne number 4 of 7. As Nara begins to pay the price for her repeated resurrections, Pitch makes a move to cement his power. We've also got Deadly Class number 9. A murder from Marcus's past comes back to haunt him in a bad way. Can he count on his friends to stick by him when lying and backstabbing are on the school's curriculum? Next, we have Dream Merchant number 6, miniseries conclusion. The dream is real, the end is here, but where is Winslow? We've also got Goners number 2, We All Fall Down, part 2. Assault on the King's Bluff police station as the Latimer children fight their way out against the onslaught of horrors that stalk them. Next, we have Intersect number 1, Blood Rains from the Skies. A hypnotic voice trills over the airwaves as bodies shift and grow in horrifying new directions. Are you ready for the new world? Ray Fox, acclaimed creator of One Soul and writer of Constantine and Batman Eternal, launches a terrifying monthly odyssey of madness and warped flesh in this lush, fully painted debut issue. We've also got Invincible number 115. As the events of Earth grow more dire, we turn our attention toward space. We turn our attention toward Throg vs. Battle Beast. Next we have Morning Glories number 42, Declaration. We've also got Protectors Inc. number 10. In the finale to this first arc, Riley learns a tragic secret about the Angel and finds himself in the crosshairs of a battle royale between the Patriot and the man responsible for the series of brutal murders, who is as powerful as any of the Protectors, maybe more so. The ending will forever change the world of the Protectors, and not in a "we'll reset this later" way. Next we have Revival number 25. More bodies are piling up as Dana questions who she can actually trust. M questions what happens when the dead create life. We've also got Synergy number 1. From the co-creator of the hit series Powers, Jess was on her way to college with an athletic scholarship until her first sexual experience enabled her to see interdimensional monsters who live secretly among us and feed on the synergy, energies emitted by sin. Oh, and did we mention that her boyfriend is one of them and that her father wants her to start hunting these monsters with him? Next we have Thief of Thieves number 25. Down Mexico way, it's kill or be killed, and a major player doesn't make it out alive in the conclusion to the kill list. We've also got Witchblade number 179. Sarah Pizzini's fiercest ally in her battle against the supernatural has always been the Witchblade. But what happens if the Witchblade abandons Sarah when she needs it most? A shocking turn of events leaves Sarah alone and in deadly danger. And we've got Zero number 12. The agency is back in play. The weaponized fungus spreads. An old incident brings repercussions. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Punk Mambo number 0. Oi! Comics icon Peter Milligan and upstart artist Robert Gill are about to introduce a different kind of magic into the back alleys of the Valiant universe. From a posh girls' boarding school to the slimy gutter of the London punk scene to sniffing voodoo glue in a Louisiana swamp, how did the Punk Mambo haul herself from the upper crust to the backwater? Now Punk Mambo is about to head back home to spread some much-needed anarchy in the UK. The punks and voodoo priests she used to know have cleaned themselves up, and she's a loud, belching ghost from the past come to break in the new furniture and break some faces. And we've got Exo Manowar number 30, all new arc, attacked by the Armorines. Armor Hunters was only the beginning. Now still reeling from his harrowing encounter with the Armor Hunters, Eric of Dacia must face a new threat, the calculating paramilitary force known as the Armorines. Armed with an array of astounding abilities far beyond the capabilities of the Exo Manowar armor, has this bleeding-edge commando unit come to save Eric's kingdom or grind it into dust? Find out as Valiant superstars Robert Venditti and Clayton Henry unleash a pivotal new chapter in the saga of Exo Manowar. And out in trades this week, we've got The Walking Dead Omnibus Volume 5 hardcover. This deluxe edition includes 24 issues of the hit series The Walking Dead, along with the covers for the issues, all in one massive, oversized, slipcased volume. Collects The Walking Dead number 97 to 120. Oh, and I almost forgot the Saga Deluxe Edition hardcover Volume 1. At long last, a deluxe hardcover of the Eisner and Hugo award-winning saga is finally here. Collecting the first 18 issues of the smash hit series, this massive edition features a striking new cover, as well as special extras including never-before-seen sketches, script pages, and a roundtable discussion with the creators about how Saga is really made. Altogether, this hardcover contains over 500 pages for less than $50. Written by Eisner Award-winning best writer Brian K. Vaughan of Why the Last Man and The Private Eye, and drawn by Harvey Award-winning best artist Fiona Staples of Mystery Society and North 40, Saga is the story of Hazel, a child born to star-crossed parents from opposite sides of a never-ending galactic war. Now Hazel's fugitive family must risk everything to find a peaceful future in a harsh universe that values destruction over creation. Fantasy and science fiction are wed like never before in a sexy, subversive drama for adults that Entertainment Weekly called the kind of comic you get when truly talented superstar creators are given the freedom to produce their dream book. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.